So we've told you all about how to do this, but now I'm going to show you in maybe 3 minutes. I have 3 different age groups that I teach. Christina is going to model my 7-year-old son today. Okay, mind you, we're talking boy 7. Cece is going to be my teenager, and who sometimes complains about work. And then this cute panda is my daughter, because this definitely, like, this is all good. All right, so we have different ages, and mind you, the way I do it's called the grid method, and I will include this in the this reel or however we're gonna do it, but it's how to shuffle. And so I've talked a lot about it, but actually, how does it work? So for example, morning, I always start with a group activity. So if we are going to do devotion, it is a devotion. We've been working on Israel Wayne's books series. This is Questions God Asks. And then I've actually used this one too, telling God's story. So this is a well-trained mind. I like this as well. But what I'm saying is that kick off your day with some sort of group learning. This is also a really good one that we're going to get into next semester. And you are what you think. So this series is amazing. And then this is what we're doing as a group thing, U.S. Constitution and Government. And then we have science, okay? So we're doing health and physical body, health and physical mind. So before you kick off your day of shuffling, come together as a group. So this is how I'd be like, all right, Jace, Ryan, Summer, you have 5 minutes, and we are going to read all about the pilgrims and strangers and saints in Plymouth. And then we would do a little Q&A and a discussion. All right, so we're setting that aside. Say that is over. Now the block works with math and language arts as your core. So are you ready, Jace?
I'm ready.
Okay, you're going to start with handwriting. Okay. Can you please turn to the last page that you were working on? And I will turn on some classical music. And he will work independently on his handwriting, which doesn't take too long. While he's working on his handwriting, Ryan and Summer, my two kiddos over here, I am going to give them, let's see. Sorry for this example. Summer is going to use this math book, which is not her level, but I also use The Good and the Beautiful. So she's going to be working on math. She's going to flip open to her math book. I'm going to sit next to Summer, and I'm going to work with her. Ryan, you are going to go listen to the Blair, let's say the Scarlet Letter on Audible. I will give him something independent to do. And mind you, he's 14, so he is also able to work independently on his curriculum, and he uses AOP or Monarch Academy. So he can do a couple of lessons by himself. All right, this kind of goes on through the duration of a lesson. And one math lesson can take anywhere from, believe it or not, 10 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on the content and the level. How you doing, Jace?
I'm done.
Okay, good.
What do I do now?
All right, very good. So right now we are going to work on, let's see here. I think it's time for puzzles.
Oh, I love puzzles.
Yes. So while he is, go ahead and set that aside. I still have to finish up with your sister. So I want you to work on some puzzles. So having things like this in your house, something tangible, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, something that the little ones can work with, any kind of manipulatives are amazing, okay? So, oh yeah, we've got cameras over there. So he can.
I'm Jace.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this puzzle.
Okay, so he's gonna do the puzzle over there, and then I am going to transition to saying, hey, Summer, okay, go ahead and listen to your Audible or read your book. She's reading a Narnia book, but for this, we're gonna go ahead and pull out Constitution Island from The Good and Beautiful, and she's gonna be reading her book, and I'm gonna work with Ryan in his Algebra 2 lesson. We're complaining about algebra, and it's so awful. Why do I need algebra, Mom? The answer is, I'm not sure, but we're going to get through this, and because I don't know what your pathway in life is. All right, and then after that, give it another 20 minutes. And mind you, I'm trying to show you how to do this in a 4-hour block. So this is rapid fire. We're going to transition, all right? So are you ready for your math lesson?
I just finished, yeah.
Yay! Okay, go ahead and clean that up. And then when you have that cleaned up, I'm going to work with you on math. And Summer, I want you to review your states. So Good and the Beautiful also has flashcards that we use, and these are states and capitals. So I'm going to have Summer work independently and test herself on her mastery of that concept. And you are going to start your math for today. Math. I know, and it's so exciting, and I'll be right there. So go ahead and flip to the last page. Ryan, I want you, let's see here. Where's my Ryan curriculum? Okay, Ryan, I want you to pretend this is Screw Tape Letters because that's what
book club.
we're reading for book club, but I don't have that book. So he's going to independently read, and then he's actually going to give me like a summary, whether in written form or oral form, of what he's doing. So I am shuffling language, arts, and math throughout this entire thing. She's working right now on some states and capitals. Okay, so we're getting history in. He's reading independently, and then I can work with Jace. All right, so we're doing all this cool stuff. Look, it's framing, it's perimeter. That's literally what this is, right? Measuring. We're doing perimeter, and this should probably take about 10 minutes, and that's it. So now Jace has mastered handwriting, math. She's also done math. He's probably done a math lesson by now in his AOP. We've done something tangible, handwriting, and then we're going to move on to language arts. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Let's see here. So for Summer, I want you to do a creative writing assignment. This is also the good and beautiful. So she's going to do a creative writing assignment. She probably have lots of questions for me. I'm going to take away these. And then Ryan, let's see here, pretend this is student government. He is going to work on any student government assignments he has because we have student government through our co-op. So he's going to sit and work on student government. That gives me more individualized attention for my 7-year-olds because he will tune out sooner than my 11-year-old or my 14-year-old. So I know I need to finish school with him first. So then I'm going to say, okay, JC, it's time. This is not his language, but this is my daughter's language. We're going to do language lesson with him, and it's his level, and I get to sit down and work through all of these phonics sounds and all that stuff, and we're reading and that kind of thing. And so then while I do that, then we do the shuffle. All right, you're almost done. And they each have a checklist. So that is key. You're going to make sure each one of your kiddos has a checklist. All right, Jace, I would like you to do one little craft while I finish up with Sissy. So you can do like any kind of crafts. This is a construction. You're going to have some glue that we don't have here. Okay. All right. And then for Summer, who still needs to finish her language arts, she is going to sit with me, and this is diagraphing sentences. And she's going to do a little work on diagraphing sentences. And Ryan, he is going to go back to, wish we had a computer. He's going to go back to his computer. This is his computer right here. And he's going to do his work on the New Testament. So he has a New Testament survey he's working on, and he's going to work on his New Testament survey. He has to complete 4 to 5 classes a day. So from geography to integrated physics and chemistry, he has to do that along with what we're doing outside of it. So then Jace, my 7-year-old, is engaged and he's working independently. You have to make sure you have these things in your disposal. And I can work with Summer on our sentence diagramming, which could take a little while if they don't know the background. So I'd say give it a few minutes of some one-on-one time. And then it's break time. So we need to get our wiggles out. We're going to go do a break. We're going to go do recess, any of that kind of thing, whatever that looks like.
Have a snack.
Yes, snacks, making smoothies. Then we'll come in and regroup, and I normally do some sort of either YouTube video or something that's correlating with what we're learning. Like if we're doing, let's see, the Constitution and the government, we can watch a video on George Washington or listen to Thomas Paine's Common Sense, something that brings us all together again and shows us that we're ready to work. Now, Jace, you're pretty much done, dude. Like you finished your school day. Well, you will tell me, Mom, can I go play? Or I'm bored, what do I do next?
I'm bored.
And that is why I have this. And so when your kids are really young, this was one of my favorite things to do. So this is a board jar. He loves it. He thinks it's a game. He gets to pick something. You can put anything in there. What does it say?
I get to color a picture.
He gets to color a picture. Nice. So what happens is this will literally keep him occupied until he gets bored of the board jar, and then we can figure something out there. But he gets to color a picture right now. while I sit and dissect something that's super hard with Ryan's curriculum because he is at an upper level, or help him edit an essay. And summer is just about finished. Now, I don't want to overlook the fact that she's 11 and she didn't get to do the fun things that her brother did as far as this kind of coloring or any kind of art. So I will hand her something that is not necessarily math or language arts. So say I have some sort of other thing that is, let's see, I have a game here. Oh, and this is where you can get them both integrated. I'll be like, hey, Jace, if you're bored, why don't you go play this game with your sister? And there's lots, this is a Constitution Go Fish game. He loves Go Fish. She's learning a bunch about the Constitution. They can go play together for a little bit. And that gives me alone time with Ryan, who might need more help because he's doing more higher level work. And so in a roundabout way, if we have circus music, that is how this works. And you should be done in about 4 hours. If he's left by himself because he has some things he has to finish up, that's okay. These guys can play together. They can go outside, snack time. We can read together. I have different series that each one's reading. My daughter's reading Narnia, all of the C.S. Lewis. My 7-year-old, you're reading Tuttle Twins.
Love the Tuttle Twins.
All of them. So we'll work through those. And then that gives me independent time to work with them. And they each got individualized attention. So I think that's something that parents freak out about is like, hey, he's really struggling in Algebra 2, but I have 2 other little ones. How do I do this? You give them something they can do together. You have to be able to think quickly and have things at your disposal. It doesn't have to be enormous. Grab a whiteboard. Grab some markers. Have them draw pictures. Help each other. Do puzzles. I always have tons of puzzles. Anything like that. But make math and language arts your core. And that's how we do the rubric of, what do I call it? The grid method of our 4-hour school day.